oh my god, like just thinking about what she said to me again, and the people I told this story, their facial reactions. I'm not sure if my glasses are glaring. I see they're glaring just a bit. Please forgive it. I need to see. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Cked, and I do advice, lifestyle, and inspiration videos. So if you are interested in that, please subscribe to my channel. This video right here will be about a story time of mine, and it is a very sensitive story time. If you are triggered by anything that has to do with choking, beating, abuse, or domestic violence, do not watch this video. We dated for about 9 or 10 months, and we did live together, which is a whole nother story. We were two different personalities. His personality was more of a loud, in-your-face personality, while, as you can tell from my YouTube videos, I'm very chill. I'm pretty funny. We're both pretty funny, but we had two different types of humor. So the person I was dating, we're gonna call him L, because he was the biggest L I ever took. He has two sisters that would be in the story, and a brother-in-law. Sister number one, her name will be named Bougie. The second one, her name will be Amor. The brother-in-law's name is Red. I wrote notes for this, and it's really not helping me. So sorry if it bounces around a lot. It's just coming right off the dome. Started sophomore year, spring break. I was in a relationship, and it was very shaky. Lots of arguing, petty arguments, emotional abuse. Like I was being pushed into a box. And we were invited by L's sister Bougie to come to New York. We meet Bougie, her husband Red, and we also meet Amor and her husband, which I didn't give him a name, was named Bill. The first night we stayed at Bougie's house, and we noticed that we can't stay there because there is a futon and a blizzard hit, so we weren't really comfortable. So the second day we went over to Amor's house. It was more of a comfortable feeling, way more family, relaxed style compared to Bougie's house. It was more like staying at an Airbnb, and Amor's house felt like staying at your favorite auntie's house. Elle and Bill went out, and I asked Elle, hey, do you mind picking up our things? I'm a person of appearance, so I always like to have things with me that help me look good, or especially when I'm meeting new people. You know, it's something Elle knew, and he respected me for that. I'm in the kitchen with Amor, one of Amor's children. We're all making cookies. Elle and Bill walk into the house. Elle doesn't have my things, so I asked him, like, hey, did you get my things? He just said, I forgot. And the way he said it made me mad because it seemed like he didn't care. So of course I'm upset, and I bring it up to him, and he starts yelling at me in front of his entire family. I'm embarrassed, and I just shut down. At the end of the night, you know, all the adults are just chilling, talking in the living room. I decide to go up to where we're sleeping. Elle says, yo, Cked, can I talk to you? I'm like, if you want to talk to me, don't talk to me down here. Talk to me upstairs. And I go upstairs. I guess Elle's sister Amor knew what was going on, and she basically told him to go talk to me, but he didn't. He stayed the night and slept on the couch because he didn't want to deal with me. Next morning, Amor let Elle and I borrow her car so we could go get our things from Bougie's house, right? Go into Bougie's house, you see Bougie, Red, their family, and you know, we chopping it up, talking. So I go upstairs as I'm packing my things, and Elle decided to come to me in the room and talk to me about what happened. So I tell him, we don't have to have it here. Let's have it at Amor's house. That's why I prefer to have it. She knows what's going on. I don't want anybody more in our business than that needs to be in our business. And he starts cussing me out my name, telling me I'm ungrateful. I'm making him look bad in front of his family. Everyone likes me, and they're pressuring him not to mess things up. And I straight up say, your family likes me. They have no problems with you. I don't see the issue. And then I'm done packing. So, you know, I'm starting to stand up. Next thing I know, Elle grabs me by my neck like this, right? And it was more of a thud noise. I wish I had like a book or something. Like this. And next thing you hear is he's pushing my body against the closet. So, you know, Boosh walks in the room because she hears the noise. She sees him choking me, right? His attention is distracted and his grip starts to loosen up. So, you know, I clock him. At this moment, I knew I fucked up. His grip tightens even harder. Boosh is trying to pull him off of me. And next thing you hear is, Red, come in here, come in here. And this is my brain, help us coming. Red pulls him off, throws him in another room. Red goes in there, Boosh is with me, right? And I'm like, I'm done. My family does not do domestic violence. I'm telling Boosh, I'm going home today. She's like, oh, you know, no, Key, no. It's okay, men hit women. It's normal, it's a part of marriage. But she had me all the way fucked up. I kid you not, those words are engraved in my head. It's sad because at that moment, I knew she was being abused by her husband and I did not know what to do. Boosh switches the subject from what just happened to de-escalate the room because she saw me crying. He's in another room. He's calling me a thought, a hoe, I'm ungrateful. So like I said, Boosh was trying to de-escalate the situation. So she starts telling me about she used to be a stripper. Secret confession, I've always wanted to be a stripper. If I wasn't going to law school, I'm pretty sure I would be a stripper right now. I think that's one of the coolest things ever. Besides the point, all this shit that I'm keeping in the back of my head, I'm in survival mode. So now it's like, how am I going to get back home? And when I get back home, this relationship is done. Which it wasn't. It wasn't done for like another 4 months. After Boosh is done talking to me and I calm down, it's like, okay, he's not going to let me leave. His family's not going to let me leave. I'm not going to tell the rest of the family because I don't know how they're going to react. And I don't want to be stuck. I do have a little bit of family in New York, but we're not like where I can call and be like, hey, Auntie Bev, you know my auntie's name up there. Can you please come get me? I'm in Staten Island in an abusive relationship. After the room is calm, he comes back in and he does his apology spill. I accept it. Not because I believe the shit, because once someone hits you, that shows that they will do it again. And I don't have time for that. I ended up staying at Bougie's house that night. They had took our key, so I guess they knew like she is about that shit of just leaving in the middle of the night and not giving a fuck. For the rest of the trip, I did just play it cool, be very stoic, try to be myself, observe. And I did notice that Boosh was the only one dealing with domestic violence compared to the rest of the family. I go through the rest of the trip, go back home. I basically ask him to leave. It doesn't work. If you're in a domestic violence relationship right now and it seems like it won't end, it will. You'll grow. I'm a senior in college. The stress I was feeling at that time, I was working a full-time job, retail, going to school full-time, dealing with a boy at home that was insecure with himself and bringing his insecurities on me. I used to think I was the problem and it was my fault. It is never your fault. You are never the problem. You're ready to leave the relationship, you will leave the relationship. I had friends telling me countless times, you need to get out of this relationship. Even though my friends were telling me that I was in an unhealthy relationship, they weren't telling me how to exit it. To tell someone the answer but not tell them how to get to the answer does not help. If you're going, it's like being a teacher. If your teacher says 2 + 2 = 4 and you just write down 4 but you don't know how she got to 4, you don't learn. If you are in the Orlando area, I'll be listing our Harbor House number down below. If you are anywhere in the United States, I will be listing the domestic violence hotline number down below. If you live in the state of Florida, I will be listing the Florida domestic violence hotline number down below. If you go to UCF, I will be listing some of our victim services. If you've ever been in a domestic violence relationship or have any tips for anyone else, please leave them down below. And as always, peace out, Cub Scouts.
It's the dream. Oh!